Going on to you, Scorpios. You have the Two of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and then you Scorpios have the Ten of Pentacles. Um, you Scorpios going out, speaking to some people. If not, you're just single, ready to mingle, single in a mug right now. But a lot of you Scorpios are right now, even though you're single, you're still open. So, if you happen to see anybody that you particularly may like, you'll potentially go up to them and say something to them. But for right now, you Scorpios are single. I'm just saying, like you can be single, and then when you see somebody, you go, oh nah, I gotta go talk to them. That stuff happens. I ain't gonna say all the time, but that stuff happens often. It happens often enough where a person can be perfectly single and not even necessarily looking for a relationship, yay or nay, meaning that like you're not saying that you're not looking for a relationship, but at the same time it's like when you see a person that tickles your fancy, you know what I mean, then you'll be like, okay, let me go talk to them. I'm seeing that you Scorpios are on that type of time. You're on that where you're not saying yes, you're not saying no. You're really getting to know people, and then you go from there. Talk to them, and then you're like, hey, let's exchange numbers, or hey, let me give you my number. If they don't, if they don't call it, it is what it is. If they tell you no, obviously it is what it is. You talk to them for a little bit, see if they have a mind on them. Hey, I like that, I don't know, I like that bracelet, I like that bangle that you got on, I'm a guy, but I like that bangle you have on, I like that, the henna tattoos that you have, I like, that type of stuff. I think it's beautiful. It's really nice. I like the anyway, I'm thinking about like that Asian type of thing with the bangles and stuff like this. And you know how the Indian individuals are, I think that's beautiful. But anyway, I think that stuff is beautiful. But the point is that I think they look like an anime character. I think it's beautiful. And you know how much I love anime. I love anime, right? But good quality anime. But the point that I'm trying to make here is, so you're not necessarily saying yes or no. And the Five of Wands and the Hierophant, though, is once again just being more mindful about like spending your resources. And this is what I mean when I say that you don't show too much of anything to a person first off like that, because you just now got to know this person. This is why a lot of people feel used. This is why a lot of people are used. This is how they can be used, because they'll be in a, like, how people, let me explain to you, right? How people end up being used is because the person wants them to give them everything they got immediately. They want them to show their whole deck of hand, their whole hand of the deck, the whole deck. They want them to do the whole kit and caboodle. And it's like this is when we get into the whole overdoing it territory, excuse me. Because it's like you want a helicopter ride over New York City. It's like, yeah, we can afford it, but I can afford it, but why? Like, we got to see if you, like, before we take you up in the air, we got to see if you grounded first. Like, and see, this is what a lot of people feel used for, because it's hurry up and show me your value. Person goes ahead, hurries up, shows the other person, everything that they've got. And then it's like, that's the problem. And then the person just goes, if that's all you've got, it is what it is. And then not only that too, but it's code. It's code for What I mean when I say show me everything you got, I mean take me shopping. Yeah, we can do the helicopter ride over. I'm in New York, but yeah, we can do the helicopter ride over New York. You know, see Staten Island, not Staten Island, Ellis Island from the sky. See the Statue of Liberty on Staten Island from the sky. But when we land in Manhattan, first and foremost, we gotta go to Brooklyn, and then take the. We gotta take the what you call it, the helicopter from Brooklyn, and then travel from Brooklyn or whatever over to Manhattan, because there's landing strips here in Manhattan. But you got to take that over from Brooklyn over to Manhattan on the landing strip, or for the helicopter on some of these buildings. And then when we get off the helicopter, we got to go shopping in Manhattan. It's like that. That's what it is that you Scorpios are steadily trying to stay away from. Because the Five of Wands and the Magician represents you, Scorpio, see the bigger picture. It's about money. It's about, hold on. Yeah, I saw it. It was fly, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Will my mom be able to like have it in three pieces? Will you pack it up in a bag? Okay. Okay. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I'm gonna keep you on retainer, man. We gonna hang out. Yeah, we'll hang out. We'll work out. You work out? Okay. What's last? Okay. We'll go across the street to the pull-up set and work out or something. Yeah, man. Get those reps in. I gotta get out of here, man. I'm handling some business right now. But I got your number. No problem, man. I'll contact you, bro. Peace. Sorry about that. My artist was actually on the line, and my artist got a huge painting, a huge, like, it's gonna cover half the wall over here. Um, yeah. So my artist contacted me. Sorry about that. Like I said before, a lot, there's always something going on over here, because me and my family, we are people that knows like a lot of people and go out, travel, do our own thing. So sorry about that. Sorry. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make here with that is that the Page of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Fool card right here speaks to how, again, oh, and the Magician represents Scorpio. So you just see it. You see that people want money. That's what they want. They want money. They want money as much as they can. They want this extremely lavished, comfortable lifestyle. And for you Scorpios, that's not what you, that ain't gonna be, that's not possible. I'm not saying that you Scorpios cannot be like rich and famous and living a lavish lifestyle, but people don't understand the Scorpio mentality. Scorpios exist in between pain and pleasure. Like, if a person doesn't know how to exist in that, they not, they talking about a Scorpio too. Scorpios are extremely aggressive. Scorpios, y'all want to know what a person is made of. Y'all are not interested in being in a relationship with somebody that gets accustomed to lifestyle inflation. What I mean when I say lifestyle inflation, y'all know, a lot of y'all probably know, but lifestyle inflation. They start hanging out with you, and then they start getting accustomed to all the great things that you're doing, and they forget to appreciate it. Now it's a sense of they can't, like I said, it's like a first class flight. If they gotta sit in coach, or if they gotta sit in business class, they can't do it now all of a sudden. They too fancy for that. They too fancy for all that. They can't sit in coach, ride the plane with the rest of us. Because I sit in coach all the time. I don't care how much money I have. I'll sit in coach. You listen. Would I go for first class and business class? Yeah, every now and again. But I'm telling y'all what it is. I will sit and coach. I'll be worth $100 billion. If I was worth all of that, I'm not saying I'm worth, I wish. But if I was worth $100 billion, you going to see my Morris self in coach. What's happening? The slim seats. Having to pack it in. What's going on? Oh, we're okay, cool. I'm telling y'all. I'm letting y'all know what it is. And so the Page of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Fool card speaks to how if you're not going to be able to get along with somebody who doesn't know that lifestyle. They get hip to the lifestyle that you Scorpios are providing them, and now they get too accustomed to lifestyle inflation. The Three of Wands and the Six of Wands represent, because you Scorpios understand the bigger picture, it's about 50-50, building with somebody. Because I'm going to tell y'all like this. It is a tactic when somebody tries to tell you, you got to do more. That's a game. That's a con job. Scorpio, that's them flipping the script. Don't ever let yourselves be in relationships where the person ain't bringing anything to the table and they just sitting there and expecting you to do the majority of the work. They're showing you the dynamic of the relationship. This person is a bum. They're showing you that this person is weight that you can really do without. This is why I say 50-50 relationships are the best, because why would you want to get rid of somebody who's making your life easier? But no, your life gets harder if you Scorpios end up with somebody who's just expecting you every time y'all go to the movies. They're never expecting you to pay. Excuse me, they're always expecting you to pay. Excuse me. They don't ever come out of pocket and be like, you done did so much, I got you. I got you. And don't let them, my dear Scorpios, don't let them pump your head up with the, well, you know, we just friends. All right, then we just friends. So ante up 50-50. When you do that, if you legitimately want to see the movie, go ahead and see the movie. But if they go into you just as friends, and if that's not what you want to do, if you don't want to see the movie, don't see the movie. Walk off from that person if you can. I'm not saying if they in a part of a neighborhood, if they don't know. Make sure that you drop them back home safe and sound, and then go and handle your business. You want to make sure that they make it home safe, all right? If you can, right? But the point is that I'm just seeing how, you Scorpios are like just looking, trying to see what's going on. Nothing particularly stands out for y'all right now. I just see a lot of you Scorpios probably planning on traveling, doing some traveling soon, potentially, maybe. Looking outside of the state, wherever you are, or whatever providence, I don't know, like, how, like, outside of United States, like, we really the ones that look at, Like in the United States, we really the ones that look at like states like that. Truth be told, like we're the ones that really divide. Like for the Scorpios that never really been in outside of the United States or outside of the states as we call it, right? The states here are really the ones that only really look at the states like a dividing thing like that. Like I've been to Trinidad plenty of times. Trinidad is a whole country, and I've been around so much parts of the country. They don't refer to it as states the way that we do. Like in essence, Trinidad is just one big place, and it has like different place. Of course, they have different places and stuff like this, but they don't. There's no such thing as like dividing it from the perspective of, oh, well, I'm in this part of the country, and I was in Trinidad, and I was in different parts of the, because it's a small country. I was in different parts of the country, different parts of the country, because it's small. It's a really small country. It's right next to Puerto Rico, south of Florida. It's next to Puerto Rico, next to the Dominican Republic / Haiti, or Haiti, you know, all of that stuff, right? Cuba, all of that stuff, right? It's right there. It's right there. But if you don't pay attention to it on a map, you'll lose it. But the point is that United, like the States is really the only place that really do that stuff. Because even in Puerto Rico, like Puerto Rico being a small country, not a small country, a small province or like a small land itself, it's not really divided like that. To say that like, if I leave New York, then I'm leaving New York to go to Florida, California, North Carolina, South Carolina. It's more so in the sense of, oh, I'm not in this part anymore. I'm in this part. And I can be on a different country. So what I'm trying to say here is that you Scorpios will understand the differences when you Scorpios understand that when you travel, people don't move the same way that you are accustomed to, how they trying to waste your time here, wherever you may be. You may go and you may leave to another state. You may go and leave to another country or whatever. And yeah, granted, I've been to a couple of places. People gonna be on some stuff where they gonna be on some stuff. They follow fashioning up behind New York and California more so specifically. I ain't gonna lie. I've seen the B dogs, if you know what I mean. I've seen the B dogs in Trinidad. I've met a couple of B dogs in Trinidad. I've met a couple of rips, if you know what I mean. The blue bandits, if you know what I mean. I've met a couple of blue bandits in Trinidad. Those types of people are everywhere. But I'm talking about the stupidity is less than it is here, specifically relationships. So that's it. Let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Six of Wands. Ace of Ariel. I don't know if I clarified already. Ace of Ariel, the Emperor, the Three of Gabriel. Then you have the Five of Ariel, and then you have the King of Raphael. And then let's get out of here. So maybe I did clarify before and I'm just forgetting. Maybe that's the last reading. Either way, though, it is what it is. It's not going to hurt. Anyway, it's not going to hurt me or you. Anyway, for you Scorpios, the Ace of Ariel, the Emperor, and the Three of Gabriel represents, to clarify the Six of Wands, it represents how a lot of you are, okay, you just want to make sure that you Scorpios don't get used. And there's nothing wrong with that. And so a lot of you Scorpios, what it is that you honestly need, you Scorpios, y'all need a plan. You Scorpios, you need a plan. And what I mean when I say you need a plan, I mean you need to be able to understand how you can maximize, thereby minimizing the percentage of people that give you a good interaction between people that don't give you that. The best way to do that, honestly, is to travel. You can't tell people how to live their lives, the best way to do that is to travel. So, you know, you may want to think about that. The 5 of Ariel and the King of Raphael represents, up until then, if you're going to stay here, you're going to have to do a lot of dating. So that's it for now. Overall, this is good because this means that you Scorpios have self-respect and you're not getting G'd, you're not getting played. You know, anyone comes to you and tells you that they like you and you're googly-eyed and all of that, you Scorpios are like, nah, you're not as, like, you Scorpios are not as, you're not a, how do I say, a novice anymore. You're not where a person tells you that they like you and you're okay with it because you're wet behind the ears. You don't realize that you have to slow down or any of that type of stuff. So that's it, though. Peace. Have a good one, y'all. Take it easy.